I've talked about this topic like 100 times before. I predicted this a million times, and I'm gonna do it again, but this time I want to dedicate a full video. These big companies are getting very, very greedy. There are multiple examples of this, main ones being YouTube, Ubisoft, Nintendo, even Netflix. And I want to talk about every single one of them, so get your tiny little testes comfortable and molded in with that seat, because it's gonna be a good one, boys. So let's start with YouTube. Really good platform. We love YouTube, except nowadays we don't. YouTube before used to be this company where it was all about the community. Now it's become more of a platform, which is fine. It's a transition. Every company grows in that sense, but the thing that has grown way too much are the amount of ads. Seriously, look at it now. You get 2 unskippable ads every time you sit down to watch the video for the first time. You get so many notification offers that, hey, why not switch to YouTube Premium? And there are points where you just don't want to do it. And unlike most companies, YouTube has used very, very dirty schemes to make you stop using ad blockers. They don't like that. It's insane to me how far YouTube is going with their schemes. They will do everything to make sure you clam over those 15 or however many dollars there are just so you can enjoy no ads. I mean, YouTube ads are going a little too insane. It's not even like softball products. They don't care what goes on in their advertising system. Viruses, pyramid schemes, crypto, hell, I've seen corn on a YouTube ad as well. They have no chill, and obviously it's working, because if it wasn't, there wouldn't be so many of the same ads. A lot of people that are running these ads or are managing them are thinking about pushing more unskippable 30-second ads on YouTube. We cannot just enjoy a free experience now, can we? And obviously YouTube's gonna do this because what are you gonna do? What other choice do you have? A very similar situation is applied on Netflix. Remember when Netflix was just $10 and that's it? Now it's like $15 with ads, and they keep raising this price. You're paying more for a ad-full version of Netflix. And if you want to go ad-free, double the price, brother. Double the price, or double it past the next person, whichever one you want to do. But John, I hear you say with your whiny, tiny testes, these are just platforms that are here to show media. Of course they're going to charge money with ads. What else are you expecting? Okay, which is very fair. Let's move on to Ubisoft. I wasn't really allowed to talk about this for the longest time, hence why this video is so late. Mainly because I was working with someone that was in direct contact with Ubisoft, and let's just say they wouldn't appreciate me making this video. But now that I'm done working with them and our collaboration is over with, I can talk about how scummy Ubisoft really is. Generally speaking, the company has a history of not listening to their people, releasing games that nobody even asked for, treating people like walking wallets. I mean, to be fair, PlayStation, Xbox, every other company also does that, but they do it openly, okay? That matters. Feelings matter, okay? And more importantly, their extreme problem with licensing. Now, if you remember The Crew, the racing car game, you can buy that game for $45. Whatever the price tag was, over, under, I don't care. Let's say you pay 50 bucks to buy a game. You now own the game, right? Wrong! Not on Ubisoft, you don't. You own a license. What does this mean? It means that Ubisoft, Big Daddy Ubisoft, at any time can just say, and you don't have the game anymore. The physical copy you bought, throw it away, you won't need it. A lot of people were upset with this, saying that if I bought the game, I want to own the game, even if it doesn't get any more updates, even if it's not multiplayer compatible anymore. I still want to play the game. And Ubisoft said, womp womp, kiss my ass. A lot of people were not happy with this. Henceforth, why they launched a lawsuit, an actual legal lawsuit against Ubisoft that I think is still going on to this day. And I would love for people to say that, John, this is just one fuck up, whatever, it happens, who cares? This is not one, this is one of millions. You don't even have to go too far into individual games or their game list to understand that they're just not listening. Rainbow Six Siege alone had a ton of updates that no one really asked for. I've already made a separate video about Nintendo and how they're going out of control as well, understanding that they own a license and a patent to certain characters and charging you 3 times the amount for those games. I've talked about how the Nintendo Switch 2 is overpriced, and I still think that people are overcharging for it because they can and because they don't have a choice. But that last part is the interesting part though, that they don't have a choice. Do we really not have a choice? Actually, we do. And case in point, a movement that I fully support which is stop killing games. Charlie talks about this movement quite a lot and talks about what it's for, what it's meant to do. He does a lot better job in explaining than I ever will. Check out his video. Actually, check out the links. I'll link it down below as well. You guys can go check it out. It's really good. You see, Pirate Software looked at the movement and basically dismissed it. Now, was he really that stupid that he didn't understand what the movement was about? Yes and no. Mainly, he's just acting it all out, in my opinion, criticizing it because he couldn't read one fucking sentence. I believe it is absolutely intentional. He knows what the movement is about. He's just choosing not to acknowledge it. And a lot of people are actually on his side. I hate people that sit here and go, hey, you know what? It may not be morally right, but you know what? It's their company. They can do whatever they want. That company is nothing without us, the viewers, the clients, and the consumers. A 1 million subscriber YouTube channel is nothing without the 1 million subscribers. Same rules apply to big companies and big corporations. I believe that in this world, there is objectivity. There are morals. If enough people say that this is wrong, this is wrong. That's how the laws were created. Subjectivity becomes objectivity. In any way, shape, or form, that's how I like to look at the world. You can't sit down and say, oh, these are big companies. They can do whatever they want. Legally, they're not in the wrong. I can bang your mama, your mom, yeah, and I will not be in the wrong legally. But is that morally correct? No. So I believe... Have you noticed I haven't talked about one specific thing during this video? And that is something I love talking about all the time, which is indie games. Indie games are currently at their golden era. Before, it was maybe 1 in a million. Now, it's 1 of a million. I've streamed a lot of them myself. Schedule One is a prime example. I love that game. And that's what I believe the future will be. A lot of you might say, John, that is just cliche and impossible. Name and brand recognition plays a big role. And you'd be right. If we won't find an absolute alternative, we'll at least find something that so many people will go to that Big Daddy YouTube will feel pressured enough to either lower the price of YouTube Premium or maybe just stop with the ads, because at this point it's going out of control.